What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome into the Divine Feminist by Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia, and today is Soulful Sunday, where we have a sneak peek and look at what your soul wants you to know right now in this very moment, okay? I am going to be pulling a 3x3 Lenormand spread here, and then I will be asking questions to clarify using the tarot. Okay, so we're using two methods of divination today. We have been doing this on our channel, and I have been absolutely loving it. The Lenormand kind of gives us a very detailed message, and then the tarot will help us kind of dive deep and clarify anything if need be. All right. Now, if you are new to this channel, welcome in. Welcome back to everybody who's already here with us, the Divine Feminist crew, the Glow Up Gang. Y'all are freaking incredible. If you do like my vibe and you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. We'd love to have you. I'm just going to take a moment to tune in to the energy, and I'll be back in a blink of an eye with the situation and what your soul wants you to know today. Okay, bestie, this is really one of those readings where your soul is whispering, you've been through it, okay? But you're about to get super clear on what's coming next, right? Right off the bat, the center card being the stars, okay? This is lighting up the entire reading, and it's really your inner GPS. So kind of like a divine guidance system. And it's really Spirit's way of saying, look, you are not lost. You are literally in the midst of realigning, okay? Even if the road has been a little bit foggy or confusing for you lately, you really are being recalibrated back to your true north, okay? So let's start with this top row here. We have the scythe, the ship, and the mountain. And this is giving, painful decision leads to a long journey that's been blocked or delayed, okay? But stick with me. We got to do the real talk first, okay? Some of you made a bold choice to cut ties recently, okay? Maybe with a job, could be with a toxic relationship, or even a part of your own identity that no longer fit, right? So you thought it would free you, and it will, but it also kind of kicked off a longer than maybe expected soul journey for you, okay? The mountain is here saying, like, look, yeah, you absolutely have hit some resistance. So whether that's people not understanding your choice or your choices, could be maybe some of the logistics getting messy, or maybe even your own doubts creeping in. This has not been an easy road. But guess what, bestie? You are still moving. You're still moving. Now, this middle row here is very, very powerful. We have garden, stars, and anchor. So this is divine soul contract with community and purpose, right? So your soul is really craving connection, but definitely not the surface kind right now. You're being guided to anchor something bigger than yourself. So maybe a soul tribe or a creative mission or a new path that actually feeds you, right? This isn't about just getting by anymore, right? The stars and anchor, I mean, that combo here, it really says it's time to commit to what truly lights you up, okay? And then with the bottom row here, we have, it does hit deep. We have this, that's the read. Oh, sorry, that's the divination. Okay, sorry. We have divination, moon, and child. Okay, so I feel like some of this is hitting really, really deep for you. You have been carrying a lot of spiritual grief here, or even maybe it feels like even you've been hiding some of your spiritual gifts, okay? And having a lot of challenges around visibility or self-worth or your own spiritual or emotional expression here, or like coming out with it or sharing it with the world. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down, because it feels like you have some psychic abilities, or you've been developing your intuition, or maybe you have you're clairaudient or clairvoyant or clairsentient, or you just have some spiritual gifts here that you've almost been hiding them from maybe even yourself or others. Okay, so it's been very challenging, and I feel like maybe as a kid you were taught to ignore that side of yourself, or to dim your life, or to be less sensitive, or to be more practical, but now your soul is saying, look, that story ends with you. It is safe to be intuitive, soft, strong. It's safe to use your powers. It's safe to come out of this spiritual closet. All right. Especially right now, you are being called to really lean into your own spiritual gifts right now. Okay. Throughout this change. And that's what's going to mean the most. This is maybe something that you are trying to anchor in, right? That's going back to star and anchor, committing to something that really brings joy to you and your soul, right? And that would be leaning into your natural abilities and gifts right now. All right. So I feel like this is a reading that's saying really let your inner child lead some of the way forward, lead some of the healing, and lead you as you plot this new course in your life. Okay, now I am going to look a little bit deeper with some of the diagonals here, and I am going to start with Scythe. I'm going to start with stars and child. I feel like this is a huge reset for you. It's a divine course correction, right? So again, you may have cut ties with something or someone that really once defined you. And now you're finding your way back to joy, creativity, and innocence as well. So it's kind of giving like soul rebirth energy. And then we have the mountain stars, and then we have the reader. Basically, I'm going to call it the reader, but it's the diviner, okay? And I feel like this is your redirection, because the resistance here is not a rejection from that old path. I feel like there was a blockage here that was made to protect you. I feel like it forced you to stop and listen to your soul again. And there's a lot of deep spiritual meaning in this pause, right? Don't push past the resistance or the challenge. You're meant to align with your natural abilities, gifts, and this soul calling here, okay? So then we're looking at the ships, the stars, and the moon, and this is emotional expansion. So you're traveling towards this emotional and spiritual truth for yourself, and whether that's showing up more maybe that's showing up maybe in a more vulnerable way, maybe it's healing past romantic wounds, or really just reclaiming your spiritual gifts here. Your intuition and your gifts are leveling up. Okay. And with this, my goodness, the mirror line, I guess we're going to look at anchor. We're going to look at stars and Scythe here. Okay. We're going to look at this, because what I see here is spirit really asking, where are you anchored that you no longer belong? Okay. If something is feeling very heavy for you, stuck, or maybe stale, it really might be time to release the weight. Okay. Because you're not meant to sync with this old version of you. Okay. And so this is the main transmission from the soul coming through to you today, to whoever needed to hear this. And now I have 3 questions prepared here that I will ask Spirit to clarify for us, so that we can get down to business. Okay. I want to know first off, what truth is your soul trying to show you right now? Okay. What truth is your soul trying to show you right now? What truth is your soul trying to show you right now? 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, sevens. Oh my goodness, sevens. Sevens are spiritual challenges. And I'm not surprised to see this. Queen of Pentacles. And what's at the bottom of the deck? Two of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so here's the tea, right? Your soul is basically saying, you're at a spiritual checkpoint right now, and not everything can come with you. Okay. We've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands here. And listen, this is like a whole vibe of reevaluating where your energy is going, and really standing your ground even when it gets uncomfortable. Okay. Maybe you've been investing time, love, energy, effort into something or someone, okay, hoping that it'll pay off. And now your soul is gently nudging you, like, to ask, okay, is this actually growing? Or am I holding on at a habit, fear, or loyalty? Right? Because the Queen of Pentacles is showing up like, hey, listen, your peace matters, your time matters, your nervous system is absolutely worth protecting here. So this isn't just about the hustle or pushing through. Okay, this is really about choosing nourishment over any kind of noise or chaos going on around you. You really don't have to fight for crumbs when you're very capable of creating an entire feast for yourself, right? And under the deck here with the Two of Pentacles, this is basically like an energetic juggling act, okay? You have definitely been keeping things afloat, managing what you can. But Spirit's like, let's get totally for real here. You can't carry everything and still move forward with grace and ease, right? There's a truth here about balance, and it's not just your schedule, it's in your soul, okay? Something's got to give so that you can rise, all right? And I feel like with these sevens, it is confirming that you are currently in some kind of spiritual test right now, and it's not to punish you, but I feel like it's preparing you. So it's all about endurance, clarity, and choosing your future self over any kind of past patterns. All right. So that is the truth that is being, revealed to you at the moment. And I do have another question here. And I feel like it fits so perfectly with where we're headed in this reading is, where do we need to let go of what's no longer aligned, right? Where do we need to let go of what's no longer aligned? Like what's got to go? Oh, and you know what? Real big surprise, hey? What about a shocker? Not a shocker at all. Not a shocker. Devil, Six of Cups. It's definitely past energy. Old cycles. Two of Swords. What's under the deck? The Hermit. In reverse. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go back here and say with the Devil and the Six of Cups, we've got to call it like it is. There's definitely something from the past, whether it's a person or a dynamic or even, again, a part of your own identity that you used to, I don't know, where, I guess I would say, it's still pulling on your energy, right? And your soul's like, listen, this was never love. It was a lesson. Okay. There was definitely a lesson here. So the Devil shows us that, the places that we've been stuck, right? Whether it's codependency, addiction, self-doubt, or even that one person, you've outgrown, but you still kind of feel tangled up with energetically. That's what it's showing us. So this is, what it is in the reading. The Six of Cups, it's a nostalgia kind of trap, right? It's like, but they were there for me once energy, like they used to be there for me, but just because something feels familiar does not mean it's safe. I needed to say that. And just because somebody was your soulmate again, or I want to say was, because I feel like you've outgrown this person, or you've learned what you've needed to learn from them already. Okay, I'm going to put it that way. It just doesn't mean that they're your forever person. Okay. It doesn't mean that. Soulmates come in so many different um, shapes and sizes. And I will say this to the day that I die. Soulmates are here for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And they're not all meant to come with us everywhere we're going. Okay, not everyone lasts forever. Um, but I'm going to move forward because we have this Two of Swords. And I feel like what this is saying is you've been avoiding this decision because it's emotionally loaded. Like, it is. I mean, it is. We wanted things to work out differently, okay? And I'm just going to leave that there. I feel like right now you're at this crossroads and part of you already knows what needs to go, right? But there's still this inner voice that's saying, like, what if I'm wrong? What if they change? You know, all of that. But bestie, like, silence from your soul is also a message. Like, your body's really been giving you signals that I feel like your body's been giving you signals this whole friggin' time about this whole situation. And the Hermit in reverse under the deck, I mean, it says it's really time to stop hiding from this truth, right? And it's not just about isolation, it's about some kind of denial going on here. And Spirit's like, you already know what's not aligned. You've already done the inner work. So it's really time to come out of that cave and move differently. All right. So real talk, you know, this is about releasing the grip of your old story. Okay. Like, for real, you know, the one that says you have to earn love or prove your worth or stay loyal to a painful situation because it's all you've ever known. You know, that story absolutely ends here. Okay. And I do want to use some of this Hermit energy in the reverse to refer back to coming out of the spiritual closet too, in the sense where, you know, being very open and really leaning into some of those gifts, right? To some of those psychic abilities or those, again, your spiritual gifts, okay, that you have almost been hiding either from yourself or from others. You know, it's time to come out with that. Now, of course, I'm not here to force you into anything. This is just the transmission from the soul, you know? Okay, so please don't shoot the messenger, loves. But I feel like this is a very powerful transmission, I want to say. And I wish this kind of a reading would have been out there when I really felt like I needed this. So I'm just so friggin' pleased, and I'm so grateful to be able to deliver some of these soul transmissions out here in the tarot verse, man. I really am. Okay, but I have one more question because I feel like it's important to touch base and to shine a light on where we are headed and what's going on for us after the crossroads moment, after the spiritual challenge. What new beginning really is ready to unfold for our healing and for our joy, right? What new beginning here is ready to unfold for our healing and for our joy? Okay, what's this? The Chariot. I love to see that energy because it's success over challenging times, right? It's moving forward. Okay, wait. Okay, Ten of Swords wants to come out. Okay, all right. I see you. I see you. I like the Ten of Swords too because it's talking about the worst being over, you know. And the Sun, the most joyful energy in the entire deck. I love it. We also have the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck too. So this is really amazing. This is really great. I'm just going to tune in to make sure that I get every little detail here. Yeah, I just love this energy so much. Yeah, okay, let's just talk about it. Okay. The Chariot, honestly, it says that you're really finally taking the wheel, right? So you're not letting your past drive, okay? You're not letting fear in the backseat of your vehicle, of your chariot, you know, of your soul self, navigate anymore. This is you moving forward, okay? Heading towards this magical alignment, all right? The soul alignment. You might not know exactly where you're going just yet, but your soul knows, okay? And it's really pulling you forward very fast. It's the fastest moving energy in the entire deck. And then with the Ten of Swords, like I said, I love seeing this here for you because it's like um, that moment where you can finally exhale, like, yeah, that was brutal, but it's over, it's done, right? That cycle that absolutely drained you, those betrayals, or whatever it was, that challenge that left you friggin' on your knees, it is over. It doesn't get any worse than that, which means everything from here gets better and brighter and lighter, okay? And that's the sun. This is joy and healing and authenticity and finally feeling safe to be seen, okay? And really step into the light, to shine bright, right? And I'm talking also about those gifts of yours, right? You're feeling safe to show who you truly are, to the world, to yourself, first and foremost, and then to the world. So you're also here trusting happiness again. And I mean, some of y'all haven't felt true joy in a minute. And Spirit is saying, like, this is your birthright, baby. It is your birthright. And to see this, Six of Pentacles under the deck, like that's the glow up after the grief. Your energy's being rebalanced here. So you're no longer, again, chasing any breadcrumbs or overgiving to prove yourself. From now on, your relationships with others and yourself are rooted in reciprocity, right? So what you give out, you get back, period. Period. So your soul's final message for today is that you're not broken. This is like a breakthrough. You're breaking through, okay? You're not behind. You are being absolutely redirected here, and joy is literally yours for the taking. I mean, this is where you're headed, and this is, it's so freaking beautiful. I love it so much. So I feel like, what, I'm gonna pull a just a quick little "the universe has my back" message. I hope sometimes they align with the reading. Sometimes they're a message that comes through that you might just need to hear as a little bonus. So let's see what wants to come up today. Okay, here we go. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. You may want to take some time today to go ahead and just be still. Just be still. We also have, there's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Absolutely. And this is what's happening. And then here we have, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Okay. So those are your little messages from the universe, that the universe has your back today. And if if this message really lit something up inside you, like, don't forget to subscribe to the Divine Feminist channel. We are trying to reach our first big milestone of having a gang full of glowing up baddies here. You hit 1,000 subscribers strong would be freaking awesome. So if you want to help us get to that goal and become a part of our space here, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. We'd love to have you. And if you are feeling called to offer any kind of additional energy exchange, there are ways to do that. I'll post them in the bottom or the top of the comments here. And if you want to join our membership, the Glow Up Gang membership here on YouTube, you do get early access, and there will be more bonus goodies and more sacred community support coming soon. We are just really getting started here. Okay. So I'm sending you lots of love. I'm thanking you very much for being here, for spending part of your day with me. And I'm sending you all the brightest blessings because you have got this. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for Mystic Monday.